G'day gamers! Welcome back to ChocolateCraft. Today you can see I'm here in my mine in a very poor set of armor. I did something really stupid. I was going mining for diamonds and, well, long story short, I fell in lava. Yeah, so I lost some of my tools. But even though I have this set of armor here, I want to get some more diamonds, so I think I'm gonna go mining for maybe like half an hour or so, see what I get. It's probably not gonna be much, but I'm hoping to at least get my XP up so I can add some enchantments and that sort of stuff. That's one of the things on the list today. I might even actually set up a new mine in the bigger island over where I found my horse. Because I'm thinking, because this island is so small, perhaps that has an issue with how many ores are spawning or something. But I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. I'll get back to you and see what I bring back from the mines. Alright, let's take a look at what I've got. So, I did manage to find some diamonds, and I put Fortune 3 on this new pickaxe. I also fell in lava again, so, you know. Fun. More redstone, which is always good, and coal and iron. So I think actually there is some more in here. Yes. So now I have 38 iron, which can go in here with this lot. So I'll start putting all of this stuff away and we'll get on to the next project for today. So the next thing I want to do is actually something I didn't think I would end up doing. But since today's video is going to be a bit shorter, that's what I'm hoping for, I actually want to move all of my bee farms. Oh, hello. Speak of the devil and he shall come. I want to move all of these bee farms to a single island where their honey and such can all be farmed manually. No, automatically, sorry. My idea is essentially to create some sort of island that's in a dome shape that all of the bees can live in, and there'd be some sort of automatic system that collects the honey from their nests, or their hives, sorry. What is going on with me today? So since we've got the villages over there, there's an island that way, which I could build on, and I think there also might be another island behind there. So I'll have a little scope out, see what might be better, and we'll get started on that today, I think. So I've had a look at 2 islands, and as you can see there's my villages back there. So there's this island, which I think is going to be the better one. I think this one's going to be the easiest for what I want to do, because it's already got some of a round shape at the edges, and it would be easy to turn at least this side here into a circular shape, because I essentially want to have a dome around this entire thing, because I kind of want it to be almost like a free range type bee farm, I guess, because why not make it pretty? There's no reason why I can't. This is my world. So I think this one will be the best one, and I will build it here, but I will just go over there just to show you why I don't think that one will be as good. This is the other island. They're about the same size, really, but I don't like this one as much for a bee farm, purely because of the fact that I don't need it to run all the time, so it doesn't need to be close to my home island, which is there. And since that farm, my iron farm there, is always working and it's loaded in all the time, this would be loaded in often as well. It's a really long-winded way of saying basically I don't need honey all the time, henceforth there's no reason why I need to use this island, and I don't think it will fit what I want because I don't want it to be too close to the island. I think it will look better where it's over by the villages. And that's just why I think I will use this island for something else later in the future. Yeet. I think I'll start by leveling some of this ground. So that means going back and getting some shovels and getting to work on leveling this. I don't know if you'll see that at all. We shall find out. let's get to it. Alright, so I finally flattened the land, and before you ask questions, let me explain. So I've kind of set up a short-term camp here. I'm smelting some stone, and I've collected all of this dirt and sand just from purely flattening out this island. You saw what it looked like before, and now it is mostly flat except for that part. And I'm just leaving that there, mostly because I think maybe later on I will turn it into some sort of dirt hill. Like, I don't want this just to be a super flat dome thing. And if you're wondering what these dirt blocks are, this is to help me count how far the widest point of this island is. So each one of these dirt blocks is 5 blocks apart. So I'm going to count how many this is along and make sure that the midpoint of this line, that there is a line across that is of equal length. So say that this is 45 blocks long. I'm going to make sure at the midpoint would be also 45 blocks along, so it would create like a cross in the middle, if that makes any sense. I haven't actually counted how many blocks this is, so I'm going to quickly do that and we're going to see how many there are. How long it is across. My English is bad today. Ah! Alright, so I've marked out the horizontal... No. Yes. The horizontal vertice, the x-axis, I guess, of the cross. So that is now 66. So it's 5, 10, 55, 60, 65, and the extra block there. And the extra block at the end. And now I have to start terraforming. Help. I'm not very good at terraforming. This is possibly going to be a disaster. But I'm going to do it anyway, because, you know, that's what I get for trying to do Minecraft properly. Let's just get on to it. So I was just about to start terraforming and I've realized something. Since I put in this tree, I feel like 66 blocks long is actually not going to be enough. Because when you look at it, that tree is a taller tree. But I feel like with the dome, that's going to look strange. So then the dome needs to be bigger, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking I might take this out to 80 instead of 66, just to see what that looks like. So it gives it a little bit more room. I don't know, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. All right, so taking a look, I've just extended it a little bit more. So it's about, I think it's 82 along and across. I've just left those lines there because I'm gonna have to terraform out anyway, so I may as well just leave them there. And I think just having that extra length will just make the dome look a little bit more balanced. I think I'm gonna get started on terraforming. I'll remove all these placer blocks, and yeah, we'll get started on building the dome, the circular shape first, and then adding in things like rocks and just general terraforming, if that makes sense. This is going to take me a long time, but you know, it is what it is, and I decided to do this, so it's my own fault if it takes forever. Let's just get to it, because the sooner we start, the sooner we can get it finished. is finally done. That took me so flippin' long to figure out. Anyway, as you can see here, I went and got a whole bunch of sand. Like, way too much. And a lot of it I'm actually going to smelt, so I can use it for the big dome. And I don't think I'm going to get onto that today. I'm just going to sort this out. What I actually want to do is get onto some terraforming. Yeah, that's essentially what my starting plan is. I want to start terraforming, building more things like that, adding some flowers, more trees, just, you know, bits and bobs of whatever. I'm very inexperienced with terraforming, so this is probably going to go horribly. But, you know, that's part of it. It's a part of this whole series. I learn things, I make mistakes, and then I somewhat fix them. So I don't really know where to start, and this is kind of the difficult thing. I've left that spot over there because I think I might add some, like, hilly things, but it's kind of hard when you're kind of starting with, well, nothing. And I've got these here. I need to go... What I should probably do first is go and grab some saplings. And then I think we can move on from there. That might be a good starting point, actually. Alright, so I actually got a few more things than I thought I was going to get. So I'll put some of that in here. Yeah. And I have no idea where to start. I think over here we need some sort of hill. And we can have a few trees growing on it. And since these two trees are here, we'll go somewhere around here and build something similar to that. But I want it more towards this side, I think. Somewhere between these two trees. Like I said, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just trying things. It's probably going to look horrible. But, you know, that's fine. It's fine. I'm just going to figure it out, and then you're just going to see what happens after that. And it'll be fine. Definitely. So this is kind of what it looks like. And I think it's fairly good. That space over there feels pretty empty, but I might just fill it with some trees and greenery. And I thought that one would be a nice kind of one to sort of mix up a little bit. Just have something that's both sand, dirt, bit of overlap would be interesting. I don't know. I think I'm done terraforming wise, but now it's time for the fun part. Decoration. So that's going to involve a lot of leaves, grass and flowers, and also trees. Down we go. So I've got an array of things here, and I think cactus is going to be one of the first things I want to put on here. Ouch. And there. I think that will look good. Yeah, I like that. And I honestly don't know how to incorporate the leaves, but I will figure something out eventually. I'm going to do some trees. And if some of them end up, like some of the trees end up being too short, then I can just chop them down and replace them, obviously. So I'm going to put some grass and flowers around here, just as a sort of test. That one is way too small. And I'll kind of see where we get to. I'm not sure if this is going to be any good or not. Okay, so this is what I've sort of figured out, and I think I like it actually. I didn't use really any poppies. I think I like just the yellow and the subtle blue of the cornflower. There's one poppy here, but you hardly see it. And obviously these trees will grow in. I don't know, I just think it's really nice. It's nice and simple. And that's kind of the vibe I want to enhance. So like around these sort of hilly areas, there's more like trees and flora, particularly more trees on this spot and more flowers on this one. And that one's more like, I don't know what that will be, but kind of figure it out as you go. And I like this so far. We'll just see how the trees affect the image, picture, view, something, whatever it is. And then I can incorporate some leaves to make it seem more dense, I reckon. So next I want to tackle this part. And I've got a few lily pads that I'll probably start off with, then some grass and some flowers. I don't know what I'll use, but I'll probably use poppies, these peonies, and probably throw in some of these white flowers too. So I'll just go pop, pop, pop. Yeah, that looks nice. And time for the grass and flowers. Okay, so I don't love it. It's not too bad. I think I'll move this peony down here, and I think that should be fine. Let's see what it looks like from over here. That looks pretty. Yeah, I like it. It's not just about how it looks from one way, but all directions. I think yeah, I like that. I can't do a lot more for now until the trees grow, and these are the only flowers I have left at the moment. I'll need some more flowers and saplings before I can start detailing over there, and obviously I'll need some more cactus as well before I go any further, so I'm gonna have to go grab some things. This is what I have. So I think I'll start off with putting in the cactus and then the shroom lights. And then after that we can move into the flowers and probably some more grass. The leaves, and then I can finally start doing the redstone for the beehives. This is a longer project than I thought it would be, but that is fine. Because I've got 2 there, I might add 1 more, because this stuff will be gone eventually. So that might be good. And then kind of just some here and there. There's no particular way to do this, is there? Ouch. Ow. I don't know. That kind of looks alright. I might get rid of that one in the middle. I don't know, something, it doesn't quite look how I want it to. I'm not really sure. I feel like it's too crowded. There we go. I think that looks more natural. Of course it's starting to rain. Why? Well, I'll be back once this rain is finished. I'll start putting in some shroom lights. This is going to be a mayhem to figure out. Probably should have done this while it was dark. Because that would make sense, wouldn't it? Big smart brain. Okay, we'll do this later, and we'll do flowers first. I want to put some more cornflowers over here. Does that look good? I feel like the touch more blue actually adds a little bit extra. I might move one of the flowers over here. Yeah, and then I'll spatter some yellow this way. I think that'll look good, actually. How does that look now? Yeah. So you can see some of the red spilling in, and then some flowers. I think that's enough of like flowers here. Over this way though, I think I need to carry some of the red poppies around here, and I'll add in these white flowers as well onto there. And that should finish off this side in terms of greenery. I have to add more grass to this side though, and probably back there as well. So the sun is setting. I've put in some more flowers and I think it looks good. Now would be the time to put in the shroom lights, and then we can have a proper look at it during the daytime. Whew, this is going to be the most difficult part because I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm probably going to die a lot. And these are all the torches I have. I think I'll mark it out with torches first and then replace those spots with the shroom lights. Yeah, that might work. I've added in some of the shroom lights and more grass, and I've also started adding extra leaves to add shrubbery. I really have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to it, but I just kind of tried to do something that sort of made sense. Just something that looks a little bit like overgrowth and seems reasonable enough to actually exist. So just kind of like near roots of trees, water sources, that sort of thing, I guess. Now I can actually get onto doing the setting up of the automated farming system for the beehives. I don't think I'll do honeycomb for now. I can always add onto it if I need to, but this beehive here randomly spawned in, so I'll start with this one and see where that gets me. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. So I've just finished setting up the honey farms. I'm going to show you how they're working and kind of explain what my idea is. So this is the current setup that I have. I'll show you how I built this in a second. But essentially, beehives there, bees come out there, blah blah blah. And this is a very basic system that I haven't quite perfected yet. Sometimes the glass bottles overshoot and come out here instead of going into the hopper. And if I just mine this block, then I can easily access the chest, which doesn't currently have anything in it. I'll show you the other one I've built. It's just over the other side of this hill. Let's go. We'll see if there's anything in this one. Yeah. So it just goes into this chest. See? So it just goes, the hopper's under there, goes into that chest, and I can just easy access it. And it's not a very complicated system. So I'll show you how I built it if you want to use this yourself. I have not figured out how to keep it working properly though, so keep that in mind. So if you want to recreate this yourself, these are the things you'll need for one single unit by itself, and I'll show you how I built it. I'll also need some water and a hoe. The way I'm going to show it to you, I will build it completely above ground. The original design it was 2 blocks below ground, 2 blocks above. As you can see over there, I did it 1 block above ground, 3 below ground. I'll explain why later. That's just something I want to mention. What I'm going to start off with is placing 2 blocks of just spacer blocks. Doesn't matter what they are, I'm just using dirt. And then another 2 on top. So you'll start off by placing down a dispenser facing towards you. Very important that it's facing towards you, and then a beehive on top of that. Alright, and then you will need a spacer block of any kind, doesn't matter what it is, I'm just using spruce planks. And then you'll need to place down an observer. Make sure that the red dot is facing upwards. And then just cover that in redstone. Now this is where we will build the collection system, and I know it looks weird right now. I'll show you what it looks like around all sides, but trust me, this will work. So this is kind of the mishmash of weird blocks you've got. So beehive, dispenser, observer, placer block. What you'll need to do is you'll need to place this block here, and this does need to be dirt. I won't explain why because I don't quite know how Minecraft works, but there is a reason for that. And then you will need to place down 2 chests right here. You'll need to take this hopper and put it into this chest underneath this block. So essentially what you've done is you're collecting items that drop down here and putting them straight into this chest. This will work. I promise you this works. So this is why it works. So this is the same unit, it's just lower down. That's the observer there, and there's the beehive. So essentially what's happening is the hopper is down there, and it goes straight into this chest, and then I can access it from here. And it's all hidden under the ground. And of course I'll link the original design in the description, so he kind of explains it much better than I can as to why this block is important and how this sort of collection system works, though he did it differently to how I've done it, and mine is very inefficient. His is not. So if you want to understand it more, go watch that video. Don't listen to what I'm saying. However, that is not the only thing I want to get onto today. I won't be able to do the dome today. After building this, it's quite a big ask to do that. However, I do have other plans. I want to build a dock connecting right to this area, because I always bring my boat here. It's the closest direction to where my home is. I've got some supplies here, and I don't have an entire plan set out. I'm just going to figure out something as I go. I'll probably show you snippets of the progress, but there's no real complicated thing that I'm doing. I'm just building it as I see fit. Something a little bit chaotic, natural, It's not natural, it's a dock. I'll come up with something and I'll just have to show you as I go. And I've also got some lanterns to go with it as well. Where are they? In here. So I don't have a clear plan for what I'm doing. I'm sort of winging it, mostly. But I am trying to use these campfires. I don't know if it's a look or not. I'm very inexperienced with building and I don't quite know what looks good until it's finished. So, I'm not really sure about this. Ow. I don't know, does that kind of look cool? I'm kind of thinking to make where the barrels are like pillars straight down. Oh, I don't know what the word for it is, but you know on like jetties, how they have those supports underneath. That's what I'm thinking of putting under the barrels. Oh! Okay, so I've gone a bit further and I've put in more campfires and barrels. Still not fully sold on this. I don't know if I want a completely straight one or one that curves or one that has like mini places for it to, like slots for the boats to dock. I honestly have no idea what will be best. Still waiting on that tree to grow so I can finally get some more campfires just to finish this off. Apart from that, I'm going to put in some lanterns on top of these barrels. I may not use all of these. Probably won't need them. I don't know, is 3 enough? I kind of like the visuals of just the 3. I think that's fine actually as it is. We'll see when it comes to night how good the lighting is. Okay, so this is the last campfire. Alright, let's take a look at what this is like. Excuse the rain, but I think that's pretty good. I think this will be a nice dock. I'm not fully satisfied with it. I may do more with it in future, but I think for now it's pretty good. And I'll know if I like it more once the dome is done. But that's going to be a very long-term part of this project. And I'm hoping some way I can figure out how to trade glass with villagers. But I don't know that much about villagers. So I may need your guys' help with that. If there's any way I can get trades with villagers for glass. That's going to save me a lot of time trying to smelt and shovel a whole bunch of sand. Phew! This has been a longer project than I thought it would. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad everything's come together, and I'm glad with how it's turned out, but this was a bigger project than I expected it to be. So obviously in future I want to finish up this dome, but I'm hoping somehow I can find a way to either trade glass, maybe even sand with villagers, and I'll have to bring the rest of my bees over here as well. Not quite sure how I'll do that, but I'll figure it out. And I might bring some of my other animals over here, like my llamas as well. And I'll obviously finish off the lighting as well. And as for this dock, I may extend it in the future, but I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it's just me on the server. I don't need anything fancy. I've built something and I'm happy with it. So if I want to extend on it, I have that option. But to finish this off, I will be putting, the beams under each of these barrels, just to create more of a sort of jetty dock look. That look, you know what I'm talking about, so yeah, you get it. Other than that, I think that's everything I'll need to do to finish off this project, but I obviously cannot do it for this video. Perhaps some other time, or in the next few videos you'll see some of it. Who knows? Who knows? Also, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching, because not everyone watches to the end of these videos, so I really appreciate that you've made it this far. But I'm gonna go for now. I will see you another time. Thanks for hanging around, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye!